this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
With no fees or minimums on checking accounts, it's no wonder the Capital One bank guy is so passionate about banking with Capital One. If he were here, he wouldn't just tell you about no fees or minimums. He'd also talk about how most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. Yep, even on weekends. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One, N.A., member FDIC.
The NFL playoffs are here, and it all starts with Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon.
Man, it all comes down to this.
12 teams, 6 games, 3 days, and one epic weekend.
My goodness!
It's win or go home, and every moment counts on the road to Super Bowl 60.
It's a touchdown!
Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon. January 10th through 12th. Visit watch.nfl.com for the full schedule.
Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you? Welcome to Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark. Here is Charles W. Dracunculiasis Bryant.
Dude, I love
How you
that.
doing, Drunk?
That sounds like my playa name.
It is, sort of. PlayAppreciate.com.
I wish I could remember what that name was. It was so good.
Oh, it was Sweet-tastic Bryant Trump.
Is that it?
Sugar-tastic Bryant Trump.
Sugar-tastic, that's it.
Bryant Trump. Yeah, that was Chuck's pimp name as it appears on PlayAppreciate.com.
I love that you can generate a playa name.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
God bless the internet.
Chuck, speaking of the internet,
Yes.
our parent company Discovery's channel Animal Planet has a cool website
Indeed.
that they launched for their show Monsters Inside of Me,
Very cool.
which has inspired us to do a couple of Parasite podcasts. This is 2 of 2.
Yeah, number 2.
We just did Toxoplasmosis.
Yeah, and I got to say, we were excited about this stuff.
Sure, it's
Occasionally
a cool
we'll
show.
get requests to do things, and we're like, oh, I don't know, should we do that? We'll turn them down, and they'll threaten to fire us, and then we'll march into the office with a gas can and a lighter.
Yeah.
And it goes down like that. But this one is cool.
Yes.
Monsters Inside Me, cool show.
Yeah, no, everybody on staff pretty much threw in for this thing.
Big time.
And happily, actually, because, yeah, it is a cool show. Lots of cool graphics. It's just gross.
Yeah, it is. And if you're eating lunch or dinner right now, we might advise you to wait until later to listen to this.
I actually was eating a sub while I was researching leishmaniasis.
Tapeworm sub?
No, that's the flesh eating.
I know. It's just.
Oh, was it a tapeworm sub?
Yeah.
It was undercooked meat, so yeah, probably. Anyway, we're talking about parasites and apparently pimp names. And let's get into it. We're talking about 3 really gross ones, and technically we should say 4, because I want to give a shout-out to my favorite. And Chuck, also, I should probably say, anytime we do a segmented podcast, Chuck likes to time me, because he's a big fat jerk.
I don't like to time you, but if we want to get to all 3, we only have a certain amount of time, and so I'm going to go ahead and hit start on my new iPhone.
Okay, well, dracunculiasis.
Ah, you jerk. We were supposed to do leishmaniasis.
Oh, yeah, leishmaniasis. Sorry,
Yes,
man.
That's what we're starting with.
This is the flesh-eating parasite.
It is.
It's affectionately known.
Tropics, subtropics, and southern Europe.
Yeah.
So we're safe for now.
Well, unless we travel to one of these countries.
True, which you were prone to do.
Yes, I am wont to go to certain places sometimes.
Yes, we are. Or you are.
But yeah, there's a lot of people who actually suffer from leishmaniasis. Estimates are about 12 million infected worldwide.
And 350 million at risk?
Yeah. And about 2 million new cases each year.
Right.
And they're expecting this to go up, Chuck, thanks to our friend climate change. Thank you, Al Gore.
Right.
Because as the temperatures increase, the area where the sandfly
Which is how
can
it's
live
carried.
increases as well. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's the sandfly, which I wasn't familiar. I think I had sandfly and blackfly confused. But luckily, blackflies don't spread leishmaniasis, sandflies do. And these are actually about a third of the size of mosquitoes.
Yeah, so you don't
and
even
their
know you
bites
get
are relatively painless if they're not pain-free.
Right.
So yeah, you don't know that you're being bitten, and you certainly don't know that the saliva from this fly has actually just transferred some larvae of this parasite into
Gross.
your bloodstream.
Yeah. And, I should point out, too, you said that global warming is one reason this is on the rise.
Uh-huh.
Another reason is because of our shenanigans in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Because that place is lousy with sandflies in Afghanistan and Iraq and the like. So
Yeah.
they think a lot of our personnel over there may be getting infected and bringing it back. So.
So leishmaniasis,
Watch out.
mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chuck, actually, the concentration of where these cases are popping up is concentrated in just a handful of countries.
Yeah.
Old World and New World.
Uh-huh.
But places like Syria and Brazil have the vast majority of these cases because
Right.
this is where the sandfly lives. But like you said, traveling, conquering,
Tourism.
these things can transfer.
Tourism and conquering.
Yeah, leishmaniasis, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's actually two kinds and a subkind. The subkind's my favorite.
The cutaneous is my favorite
Is it?
because I want to describe the sore. If you have the cutaneous leishmaniasis, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get a sore on your skin.
What happens is as follows.
And this is so gross. They describe the sore as ending up looking like a volcano. So it's got a raised edge and then a central crater, a little meaty central crater right in the middle. Do you have leishmaniasis on your breast?
Uh-huh.
That's gross. And some of the sores are indeed covered by a scab, and they can be painless or painful.
Painful.
Your breast is?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so my favorite, Chuck, if you'll allow me to take over for a moment,
Please.
is mucosal or mucocutaneous.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that, like, you see photos of when you type in flesh-eating parasite, right?
Yeah.
What happens is you get a cutaneous parasitic infection, and it can spread to your mucous membranes, e.g. your lips, your nostrils, that kind of thing. Basically, the prominent features on your face get eaten away. Mm-hmm. Did you Google image any of these?
Yeah.
Yeah. So were you
gnarly.
eating at the time?
No, I was not. And I have not since.
It's amazing. Like, the people missing their noses. I saw one where it was a close-up of this guy's nose, and somebody had tweezers and was just kind of pulling it. And it was a still photo, but you could tell by the way it was being pulled, it was basically like jelly.
Wow.
It's gross stuff. But they actually clear up on their own eventually.
That's the good news.
We read an article from the CDC describing leishmaniasis, and I was disconcerted to find, under the how do I treat leishmaniasis, they're basically like, well, it goes away on its own eventually. Basically, like, there is no treatment.
But it said it could take months or years. So
Right.
do you want a volcano scab on your forearm for years? Or that thing
Yeah.
on your breast?
No, you don't.
Gross.
And there's a really dangerous one, though, called visceral
Yeah, that can kill you.
leishmaniasis. Yeah, so tell us about that, Chuckers.
Yes, Josh. This is the nasty one. This is the one that attacks your liver and spleen, and I think it enlarges them. They swell up.
Your spleen actually can become larger than your liver, which ain't supposed to happen.
That ain't supposed to happen, and even your liver. And it is...
No, my liver's shrinking and hardening.
Oh, is that what happens?
Sure.
Okay, so your liver's like a California raisin. at
Pretty
this
much,
point.
yeah. And then
Nice.
not the dancing kind either.
No, the dying kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll kill you.
It will. And like
That's
you
the
said,
bad one.
it is nasty in that it is dangerous. It's not as nasty as mucocutaneous leishmaniasis, but it's still pretty dangerous stuff.
Right.
So you want to know how this parasite's life cycle occurs? It's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So you get bit by a sandfly, right? And the parasite actually is taken up, it enters the bloodstream, and it's taken up by macrophages, which are a type of white blood cell.
Right.
So they're living happily and protected within the macrophages, where they're reproducing, and eventually they cause the cell to lyse. It erupts. And they're, all of a sudden, all these new parasites are released into your bloodstream,
So
and then
gross.
they're taken up by more white blood cells, and so on and so on. So the process keeps continuing, and they start multiplying exponentially.
Wow.
Yeah, which is also how it's flesh eating. When
Right.
when it's attacking these cells, it's lysing the cells in your mucous membrane or
Right.
around your or like on your forearm or something like that. Or in the case of visceral leishmaniasis, your internal organs.
Right. But like we said, don't worry about it. It'll just go away on its
Yeah,
own.
according to the CDC. All right, press the timer, man. We're done with this one.
Okay. So that's leishmaniasis.
Yes.
On to
number 2.
dracunculiasis. That's a good one.
Yeah, this one's pretty awful, too. It's
This is
commonly
really
known
sad.
as the guinea worm.
Yeah, this is really sad because it affects the poorest of the poor in the world. That's the bad news because it comes from drinking unclean water. The good news is they have largely eradicated it. Well,
There's 5 countries that are stubbornly hanging on
True.
to guinea worm infection.
But, dude, we're talking, let's go back in time to 1986. I'm in the 10th grade. You're in elementary school. You're drinking behind the elementary school.
86, I was 10. I was into baseball cards.
Yeah. I was into
I was drinking behind the elementary school.
I was into Defender and Van Halen.
Awesome.
So 3.5 million people were infected every year back then. And now, let's go back a couple of years to 2007 when I was into Defender and Van Halen.
And I was drinking behind the elementary school.
Yeah, that's scary. Only 9,585 cases were reported. So that's awesome. And most of those were in the Sudan and Ghana. So clearly some work to be done there.
Sure.
So now we should talk about how gross this is.
This is a very, very gross parasite.
This is the worst one, I think.
What happens is it's generally taken up through a tainted water supply.
Right. A year later.
Yeah.
That's what was so frightening, is you drink bad water on vacation in Ghana, a year later, all of a sudden you say, what's that blister on my foot?
Yeah. Well, the Tour Ghana Tourism Board is going to be really mad at you.
I'm sure they
The Greater Ghanese Chamber of Commerce is going to be after you, Chuck.
Right. So go ahead.
Support for this show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt, from renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year. You can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, buys one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/SYSK and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/SYSK. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors, LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated Assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
The NFL playoffs are here, and it all starts with Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon.
Man, it all comes down to this.
12 teams, 6 games, 3 days, and 1 epic weekend.
My goodness!
It's win or go home, and every moment counts on the road to Super Bowl 60.
It's a touchdown!
Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon. January 10th through 12th. Visit watch.nfl.com for the full schedule.
All right, so basically, what is it? Water fleas are easily infected with these parasites.
Yep.
And they show up in unsanitary water.
Mm-hmm.
You drink this water, you get a couple water fleas in, or you can conceivably just drink the larva, right?
Yes.
The larvae travel down to your intestine where they lodge. They can pass through the intestine, which most parasites can.
Right.
And then they grow.
Right. Well, the stomach acid, what I thought was interesting is it does not kill it.
It
kills the water
fleas,
flea, but
yes.
leaves the
Jinx.
parasite.
Yeah.
Thank you, stomach acid.
Right. So, the parasite sticks around and it grows and grows and grows to about 2 to 3 feet long.
Yeah.
Or 60 to 100 centimeters long over the course of 10 to 14 months. And it's just the females that grow to this adult stage, right?
Yeah, and they said it's as wide as a cooked spaghetti noodle.
Yes.
3 feet long.
Yeah.
In your intestine.
Yeah. And it's gross. That's not the worst part, though.
Our guest producer, Lizzie, is about to hurl.
She is about to vomit. I think we should make that our mission today.
We should.
Okay, so you've got this 3 foot long live spaghetti noodle that you can clearly identify as a female detached from your intestine, and then it migrates to the skin. And here's where the beauty part begins.
Yeah. Says,
a blister
what's going on out there?
boil forms
Uh-huh.
on the site where the worm's about to emerge.
Yeah.
And pop goes the weasel, the worm starts to poke its head out.
Yep. And basically, you look down and you have a worm coming out of your body. And
Here's the tricky part.
What, getting it out?
No.
Oh, okay.
So if you haven't picked up by now, parasites are arguably the most intelligent things on the planet, or at the very least the most tenacious. The boil or the blister where that occurs at the site where the worm's about to emerge, actually the pain associated with it is alleviated simply by dropping it in water.
Yeah, this is...
Contact with water triggers the guinea worm to release this milky white substance, which is actually millions of larvae into the water supply. So the water supply is now tainted, and the life cycle begins again.
Right. So you're in Ghana. You're feeling bad. You get in the river because it makes it feel better, and then all of a sudden, everyone downstream is getting this milky secretion of eggs.
Yeah.
And they get infected.
Yeah.
Just so gnarly.
It is. So okay. Again, CDC says, really the best way to do this is to have a clean, sanitary water supply. So the treatment for this is actually just preventative. You just make sure that a population has a clean water supply, right?
Right, which is what the Carter Center has been working so hard for all these years.
That's odd to mention the Carter Center out of nowhere.
Well, no, the Carter Center, they've been doing all this work.
Oh, they have?
Yeah.
Since when?
Trying to eradicate GWD.
Oh, did they help with that drop from 3.5 million to less than 10,000 cases in about 10 years?
You got it, Buddy Rowe.
Huh. Well, way to go, Jimmy Carter.
Did I not
of
mention
the Carter
that?
Center. No.
All apologies.
Oh, okay. So the Carter Center is working on eradicating the guinea worm.
Sure, among other groups.
Gotcha.
World Health Organization.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So yes. So we've got it down. But let's say that you do have a polluted water source, and all of a sudden you have a 3-foot-long cooked spaghetti noodle coming out of your leg.
Yes.
In a boil. What do you do, Chuck? What do you do?
Well, one thing you can do, Josh, is you can pull it out. And you can only do this a few centimeters at a time.
Mm-hmm. On a daily basis. I'm
glad I read this, because if I ever had this, I would yank that thing and pull it out from my intestine in one long piece of spaghetti.
Woof.
But apparently you can't do that. I imagine it would break off or something and cause an infection.
You just make it mad. You don't want to make a guinea worm mad.
No, you don't.
They're tough.
So what you do is you wrap it around a piece of gauze or a small stick, a little bit at a time.
Every day?
Every day.
For several weeks.
For several weeks until it's out. That's one thing you can do. Or it can be surgically removed, clearly by a trained professional, but we're talking about the poorest of the poor in the world, and they don't have access to this.
Or you can just blow your head off.
Well, that's another option.
Sure. The big problem with guinea worm disease, or when it was a real problem, is that it's a disease of poverty. But it's also a cause of poverty.
It is.
Because if you have a 3-foot-long cooked spaghetti noodle coming out of your leg, you're pretty much temporarily disabled until that thing comes out.
You can't farm.
No.
You can't take care of your children.
Right.
It's very sad. So it does have an economic impact that it's a cycle, man. It makes everything even worse.
It does. But luckily, again, we've largely eradicated it. Except
Yes.
for Ghana and Mali.
Right. Asia is completely clear of it now, and they used to have a problem with it.
All right, Chuck. Well, then turn off your timer again, buddy.
That was a good one.
I thought so as well. Are we leaving this part in where you're actually manipulating the timer?
Yes.
We'll find out, huh?
On to tapeworms.
Tapeworms. This one is pretty common.
The big finish,
Everybody knows tapeworms. There's that tapeworm diet, which actually is real.
Is it really? We're not endorsing that, by the way.
No. Okay. I'm just big on calorie-restricted diets.
Sure, and knowledge.
Even Chuck won't let me endorse that one, but still. We chose this one because it's actually really interesting. The study of tapeworms has revealed a change in understanding of human evolution.
Big deal.
Or at least parasitology.
Yeah, humans always thought that you get tapeworms from animals. Thanks a lot, cow and pig, for giving us tapeworms.
Pigs.
There's some research that's been done that actually turns the tables, Josh. And in a switcheroo, it looks like we may have started the whole thing and given it to the animals. So, sorry, pig. Sorry,
Not only did we domesticate you for slaughter, we also gave you the tapeworm.
Yep.
So, tapeworms, known affectionately in the medical community as Taenia, there's Taenia solium, which we'll talk about. That's distinct from Taenia saginata and Taenia asiatica.
Nice job.
Thank you. I worked on pronunciations like all day.
You did great.
Saginata and Asiatica both actually for their life cycle require an herbivore in there as an intermediate host to get to their definitive host us.
The carnivore.
Carnivores.
Right. Does this mean a vegetarian or a vegan wouldn't be infected?
You would think so, but look out for Taenia solium, which will get anybody. Yeah.
Very broad range, including dogs, it said. That's very sad.
Right. Well, yeah. Once we domesticated dogs, cows, pigs, again, we thought that that's when we started getting tapeworms.
Right.
Actually, tapeworms go back as far as about 2.7 million years. Humans or hominids have had some sort of trouble with all of the retching and the pooping and stuff like that.
If you believe that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We've been around for 2.7 million years. Do you believe that hogwash? Sorry.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt, from renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year. You can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then, you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like EFTs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors, LLC. SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
The NFL playoffs are here, and it all starts with Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon.
Man, it all comes down to this.
12 teams, 6 games, 3 days, and one epic weekend.
My goodness!
It's win or go home, and every moment counts on the road to Super Bowl 60.
It's a touchdown!
Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon. January 10th through 12th. Visit watch.nfl.com for the full schedule.
So, Chuck, let's talk about tapeworms. What they do, how they do it, what they look like.
All right. We're talking about intestinal tapeworm infections. A lot of times they're not detected because it's pretty mild, symptom-wise.
Mm-hmm. I assume that one or both of us has a tapeworm right now.
Exactly.
Can I tell you something?
Oh, boy. Yes.
So, I'm actually a big proponent of high colonics.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
God, I learned so much.
They are mood-changing.
Really?
And you have to get 2. And also, anyone who goes out and gets a high colonic, make sure the place you go is ultra sanitized and insist on watching them sanitize the machine.
So Jerry's House of Colonics is probably not where you want to go.
Especially not our producer, Jerry's House of Colonics. I mean, she's tidy, but I wouldn't accept a high colonic from her, right? I got a high colonic, 2 of them. The second one, it was like I was a brand new person. I literally felt reborn.
Really?
But the guy who was running the place was telling me about a customer. It's so perverse. They have this table set up, and it's like a doctor's exam table. And you have certain things sticking certain places. And then a tube.
Dr. Frankenstein?
Going out, sure. You have a tube going out. Right?
Ouch.
And then there's mirrors showing the whole thing. So you're seeing all the stuff.
Okay.
One guy had to call the owner in who was telling me the story. And he had stopped up the tube. And they went in, removed the tube, got it out. You know what it was? It was a fist-sized ball of worms.
You're kidding.
The guy had no symptoms, had no clue they were in there.
Oh, my God.
And all of a sudden, a fist-sized ball of worms coming out.
Well, it's pretty clear why the Discovery show is called Monsters Inside Me.
Yeah, a fistful of monsters inside of you. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So high colonics equal getting rid of worms sometimes. That's my little aside there, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm going to Jerry's House of Colonics right after this.
You should. So, Chuck, how do we get these tapeworms that come out in fist-sized balls?
Well, there's different ways, Josh. It's usually you can get it through eating food. But there's a little disturbing asset to all this, is fecal matter has to be involved.
Yeah, I saw in this article that you could get it through intimate contact, but if fecal matter has to be present, what is that?
I don't know. And you out there in podcasting can make your own call there. But if, let's say, you were preparing some food and
you had poop on your hands?
There was some poop or something involved.
There was poop involved.
Yeah, then you could get it. And I know undercooked pork I think is one way that you can get the which one was it? The T. solium?
No, is it?
I thought so. No, yeah, it's often found
I think solium's the only one that doesn't require an herbivore. It's the other two that does.
Well, it said T. solium is often found in raw or undercooked pork.
Huh.
And is therefore called the pork tapeworm.
Gotcha. Well, that's pretty definitive.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what Dr. Hoberg says.
So one of the things I found disturbing was this. So you know how tapeworms are segmented?
Yeah.
First of all, they can grow up to 65 feet or 20 meters long.
That's disturbing.
And they're heavily segmented. Mm-hmm. Each segment can contain up to 40,000 eggs, larva eggs.
Unbelievable.
Right? These eggs can actually live 25 years out in the open. So if you poop somewhere, like in the desert, at age 25,
right.
If you go back and visit your poop in the desert
50.
At age 50,
wow.
If there were tapeworm eggs in there, you could conceivably eat them and start it over again.
That's crazy.
Isn't that gross?
That is. And if you swallow these eggs, Josh, the larvae can actually penetrate your intestinal wall and lodge in an organ or form a cyst.
Well, yeah, they can form brain cysts. They can also attach to any organ, including your eye and brain. Which
can cause, they've said they've linked it to blindness and epilepsy.
And insanity.
And insanity, I would imagine.
Seizures, yeah. What else is there? Paralysis. A lack of equilibrium.
Yeah.
Like vertigo, dizziness, that kind of thing.
Right.
It's bad stuff.
It is. So stay away from dirty pigs.
And don't cook if you have poop on your hands.
Yeah.
Just get somebody else to cook.
That's
it's
a good
not
rule
that
anyway.
Important. Maybe go out to eat.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
So is that it on tapeworms?
Yeah, we already covered the part about how it turns out we infected livestock, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, pigs.
So that's three gross parasites.
Again, I want to give a shout out to my favorite. Which we didn't cover because there's actually a dearth of information out there on it. It's called the human botfly. Botfly.
Oh, yeah, the botfly.
Did you read my blog post on it?
I did.
Did you watch the video?
I did.
Isn't that awesome?
It is.
So the botfly actually doesn't sting or lay its eggs or spread its larvae directly into humans. It uses mosquitoes to do it for them. So these flies actually capture a mosquito mid-flight, lay some eggs on it, and then the mosquito flies around with the eggs until they hatch into larvae. Once the larvae hatch, the mosquito plunges its proboscis into a human or any mammal, I believe.
Into me. They're
into
constantly
you.
On me.
So the larvae are actually transferred. They go under the skin, sit there and eat your fatty tissue for several weeks. And then finally, a maggot emerges from your skin and falls off and goes into the soil where it burrows until the pupa. Then that's the pupa stage, and then it emerges as an adult botfly.
That's the wrath of Khan.
Yeah, and there is no treatment for it. Also, people who have these things, they as they grow, they stay close to the surface. So if it breathes through your skin, right through a hole in your skin, and if you cover it up, you can feel the maggot moving underneath your skin. Wow. People have reported.
Why was this not in the top 3?
Because there's not that much information on it.
Okay.
But we're still talking about it anyway, buddy.
True.
And then the only way to get rid of it is to actually pop it out. So if you go to the blogs at howstuffworks.com, you can, I think you go through older posts and you find one on the botfly. It's probably a couple weeks old by the time this podcast comes out. And if you're into parasites or that kind of thing, we
get
would
help.
Definitely, that's one thing. But while you're getting help, while you're filling out the requisite insurance forms, you should probably check out Monsters Inside Me on Animal Planet on Wednesdays at 9. And Chuck and I don't hawk just anything. Like, this is a cool show.
Yeah, cool and gross, and just, if you're into that kind of thing. And I know you are.
And again, that website, you're abusing our listeners,
Oh,
Chuck.
they love it.
That website for Monsters Inside Me has one of the great writers on staff here at HowStuffWorks.com, Robert Lamb. Bunch of work by him.
Robert's one of my favorite guys.
He rocked it out. So there you go. 3 gross parasites plus the botfly, and that means it's time for listener mail.
So Josh, I'm just going to call this listener mail from 2 dudes. Someone took you to task on Superman. Did you read those?
Did we only get 2?
Well, we had a few people write in, but I'm going to read Thomas.
Like, really, ultimately, Chuck, it's gotten to the point where I'm not sure why I open my mouth unless I'm definitively sure I know what I'm talking about, because I tend to say the exact opposite of what's true.
I know, but, that's part of the show, People like finding little tidbits that we get wrong.
It's becoming the crux of the show.
No.
These are
little tidbits. This is not high science here. It's about Superman, for God's sakes. Hi, guys. I've been listening to your great podcast for a while, and I love them. I've never sent an email, but I felt I needed to correct something. In the Earthquake podcast, you said Superman lied to Lex Luthor's girlfriend, I believe was Ms. Tessmacher. Not true. Superman did not lie. She made him promise to save her mother before stopping the missile headed for California. He reluctantly agreed, and she removed his kryptonite necklace and flew to Hackensack, New Jersey to save Ms. Tessmacher's mom. After he pushed the missile to space, he turned around to see the second missile hit the San Andreas Fault. So sorry, Superman did not lie, and he even says, in his own words, Lois, I never lie. That comes from Thomas from Harvard, Illinois.
He's dogmatic and inflexible. He may have toxoplasmosis.
I think he does. And this is from Anthony. Hey, Chuckers, listen to the new podcast on Twinkies. He didn't address you. I thought that was rude.
No one does.
Well, because they think that you don't read the listener mail, when in fact you do.
Yeah, I get the listener emails too.
You just don't respond and read them on the air. You should clear that up. Josh reads everything.
Yeah, thanks.
So, hey, Chuckers and Josh. Oh, he did say that. I just missed it.
Wow, that was a whole lot of unnecessary.
Twinkies reminded me of a time in the early 90s when I worked at the State News, Michigan State University's independent student newspaper.
Ooh, go Spartans.
We had a weekly junk food cookie day when we would all chip in a buck or two, multiplied by a staff of 50 or 60, and get heaps of sugary and salty snacks.
Wow.
While gorging ourselves on Twinkies, we had a debate about their shelf life. We took some gaffer tape, one of your favorite things.
I love gaffer tape.
And stuck a 2-pack up on the inside of a locker, intending to leave it for as long as possible. For over 3 years, we watched the Twinkies disintegrate into heaps of powder, but never during our experiment did we see any mold visible. We eventually threw away the package, and I have not eaten a Twinkie since. That comes from Anthony.
Well, Anthony, that's
Michigan State
interesting.
alum.
Yeah. What year did he say?
He didn't. Well, he said early 90s, so he's my age.
Yeah.
We were grunging it out.
Old. Yeah. You cried when Kurt Cobain died, didn't you?
No.
Well, if, like Chuck, you cried when Kurt Cobain died, you can send us an email about that to stuffpodcast@howstuffworks.com.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit howstuffworks.com. Want more How Stuff Works? Check out our blogs on the howstuffworks.com homepage. Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you?
At CVS, it matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it. It matters that we're here for you when you need us, day or night. And we want everyone to feel welcomed and rewarded. It matters that CVS is here to fill your prescriptions and here to fill your craving for a tasty and, healthy snack. At CVS, we're proud to serve your community because we believe where you get your medicine matters. So visit us at cvs.com or just come by our store. We can't wait to meet you. Store hours vary by location.
The NFL playoffs are here, and it all starts with Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon.
Man, it all comes down to this.
12 teams, 6 games, 3 days, and 1 epic weekend.
My goodness!
It's win or go home, and every moment counts on the road to Super Bowl 60.
It's a touchdown!
Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon. January 10th through 12th. Visit watch.nfl.com for the full schedule.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.